Here's exactly how to manifest your dream life within 3 months. I'm talking the dream relationship, dream house, dream car, whatever it is that you want the most. This is how to manifest it within 3 months. I want you to ask yourself this question. How much more fun will life be if you had everything you ever dreamed of right now? Be honest with yourself. And yes, this is definitely possible, and I'm going to show you by manifesting my dream life within the next 3 months. My dream is actually to move to Hawaii within the next 3 months. And I will. And I'll bring you with me. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you turn the notification bells on, because I'll keep you updated on my progress and my process. So you don't want to miss that. And here's the truth. I'm starting from scratch right now. And if I'm able to do it, I believe that you can too. I think my life has been building up to this moment right now because I've known for a while now that manifesting my dream life was possible, but for some reason I just wasn't taking the actionable steps towards it. I've been keeping myself busy doing other things that really didn't matter at the end of the day. And right now I've gotten a sudden urge to create my dream life and create this channel to document my progress. And so that's how I know this is a synchronicity. So without further ado, let's get started. Number one, mindset shift. You will never live your dream life if you don't believe you will. And this is the most important thing that I want you to take away from this video. If you don't take away anything else, this is the number one most important thing. You have to change your mindset to the person who's already accomplished what you wish to accomplish, or who's already living the dream life that you want. You have to psychologically become the person who's living the dream already, not the person who wants to live the dream, the person who is living the dream. When you do this, everything else will fall into place, because guess what? You're living the dream life right now. So things that you may be worried about right now in your current life, you don't have to worry about that. Say for instance, if money is what you wanted to manifest. If you're rich in your dream life and you're struggling to pay bills right now, that's not even an idea, that's not even something that comes up in your mind in your dream life. So you have to shift into the reality where you're living the dream life already, and your whole life will change. And I promise you, you won't be confused on the next steps to take. You won't be overwhelmed, because you're the person that lives that life every day. The ideas will come to you, the opportunities will come to you, the inspiration will come to you. They have no choice. Reality will reflect to you who you are. The universe does not show you or give you what you want. It gives you who you are. And if you've been in this space for a little time, you'll understand the words vibrational alignment, or the term vibrational frequency. So basically, I want to explain what that means to you if you don't know what that is. Vibration is basically another word for energy or frequency, aka mood, your attitude in that current moment. And here's an example to make it simpler for you. If you're feeling a lack of self-worth, anxiety, depression, any of these emotions, these moods, your reality will reflect those same things back to you. Things that confirm that belief or that mood, things that confirm that mood back to you. Say for instance, you have a self-worth issue, right? So you wake up, you feel a lack of self-worth. You may get a text from your significant other. It's like, I don't know, maybe we should take a break. Like, I don't know if this relationship has been worth it. That just validated your belief of having a lack of self-worth. You may get fired from your job because you have a lack of self-worth. So why should your job, or why should your boss value you as an employee of the company? Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not good at coming up with examples for negative things. I'm only good at coming up with examples for positive. So let me do that right now. Let's say you wake up with excitement. You wake up with bliss and joy, right? You hop up out the bed and you may get a text from your best friend, be like, hey, let's go hang out today. Like, let's go have some fun, like at an arcade or something. Oh, that sounds cool. All right, let's do it. So you go to the arcade. Next thing you know, y'all playing games, you being competitive, having a good time, and you win a jackpot on a game. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, shoot, okay, you never won a jackpot before. Okay. So you go to the prize section. Oh, and now, you know what? You won just the amount of tickets, you won just the amount of points to get something that you actually have always wanted. A big giant teddy bear, whatever it is that you want, whatever it may be. A MacBook, whatever it is that they have in the arcade, in the prize section. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Things will fall into place according to your vibration, according to your mood. So guess what? This is something that is 100% manipulatable by you. I don't know if that's the word. 100% changeable by you. If you're feeling negative right now, you have the cognizance and awareness to realize that you're feeling negative right now. At any point, you can change that. You can change your perspective. You can change your viewpoint on what's making you feel negative. And you can make it feel positive. You can have an optimistic perspective of it. It's up to you. All right, so here's some actionable steps on what you can do right now to shift your current mindset. And the best tip that I can give you is to understand your current state, aka self-awareness. And this is something that I personally do. I just have always done this before I was even into the spirituality space. I just because I'm an introvert, believe it or not. And this is something that I just always do. I identify patterns and I look at my life from a third person perspective. I don't know if you've played video games before, like Grand Theft Auto or just any other video game that's played from a third person perspective, like looking behind you, like from up here, just looking at your life as you're looking through life. But that's the viewpoint that I take, and I try to identify patterns in my life. I try to identify situations that I always find myself within. Is money always an issue for you? Do you always get cheated on, etc.? When you identify these patterns in your life, you most likely will feel negative emotions towards them, resentment towards the people who did you wrong, or negative emotions in general. And here's the trick. This is the trick that I hope you learn from this video today. When you feel these negative emotions, do not judge them. Just use them for what they're intended to be used for, a guide. If you resent your negative emotions, or if you judge yourself for having negative emotions, you will only perpetuate them. They will only continue to reflect in your reality. What you should do, like I said, is use them as a guide. Use them as, okay, this does not make me feel positive. This does not make me feel excited and happy. So what is this that I'm experiencing to make me feel like this? Okay, and when you think like this will change your entire perspective of reality. When you actually take control of your emotions and take control of what you're experiencing, you will control your reality. You can go to whatever reality you want. You can go to a dream reality, you can go to a nightmare reality. It's whatever you want. And so this next tip is something that I may need to create more videos on in the future, but it's something that is very important when it comes to conscious creation, and that is detachment. And that's the ability to detach yourself from a situation in a healthy way though. Don't like just go numb and just don't feel no emotions. Never that. Detaching yourself from a situation is simply removing the urge and the need and the I need to make this happen. I need to, just removing that. Speak your desire into existence. Say this is what you will experience. This is what you're going to experience. This is what you're experiencing right now, whatever it is that you want. And feel the emotion. That's important. Feel the emotion of actually achieving that goal, and then let it go. Sit back and watch it unfold. Because if you don't sit back and watch it unfold, you constantly just thinking about it and focusing on it and just, oh man, I really want this to happen right now. Then you're telling the universe that you don't have it. When you say there's something that I need or something that I want to accomplish, what that translates to the universe is that I don't have this. That's not what you want to do. You want to tell the universe that you do have it. There's a difference between obsession, passion, excitement, desperation, and neediness. Big difference. So you want to make sure if you want something, you really actually want something, that you feel obsessed about it. Like you feel obsessed because you're experiencing it right now. You're just extremely happy, you're excited, you're grateful for it. You're not needy, you're not desperate for it. You know, these are not in the same category. That's just a quick tip to make sure that you feel excitement and the feeling of accomplishment of already achieving it. Oh, and this is another important thing that I think all of these are important points, and I think you should watch this whole video to the end because I think it will actually change your life and help you manifest your dream life within 3 months. But this is something that I actually really pride myself on, and something that I'm just super excited to even talk about right here, because it's something that will change your whole perspective of reality instantly if you choose to do this. And that is to become unrealistically optimistic. Unrealistically optimistic. And there's a term that I coined that, you know, you hear everybody saying everything happens for a reason. Well, I took it a step further and I said that everything happens for a good reason. When you change your perspective to that, you will start to see the good reasons that they happen for. I personally know some people who are more pessimistically focused, or the word they like to use is realistic, and they don't believe that everything happens for a good reason. They believe that some things can happen for bad reasons, some things maybe be good, maybe if you're lucky, some things good will happen, maybe, and hopefully, and they ultimately believe that things are out of their control. Whenever I end up talking to people like this, I often find myself just saying, okay. To them, I just say, okay. Now, I listen to what they're saying, I say, okay, I hear your perspective, I understand your perspective. And then I just observe their life. And what I come to find out is that we were both right. They were right, and I was right. Bad things did happen to them because they believed that it would. Good things did happen to me because I believed that it would. It's all a matter of perspective. Which one do you prefer? It's up to you. It's literally in your hands, literally. All right, tip number 2 is to set a specific goal. This is something that a lot of people may not be aware of, but you are a creator. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree with me or not, it's okay. You are a creator. You're always attracting something into your life. If you weren't, you wouldn't have an experience on earth right now. You would have no experience. You wouldn't even exist. So if you want to manifest something intentionally, you have to be aware that you can't consciously attract something that you're not conscious of. So you have to set a goal. The best way that I can think of to help you do this is to specifically set a goal specifically. Define everything in as much detail as possible. The more details, the better. And this is the truth. The universe can't help but to submit to you. It can only say okay to whatever it is that you want. So you put out to the universe that I feel sad, I got anxiety, I'm negative, I hate this, I hate that. The universe will say, okay, so here's more of that. If you put out to the universe that I'm excited, I love life, everything good always happens to me, I'm quote unquote lucky, everybody just loves me. The universe will say, okay, and give you more of that. It's up to you, whatever it is that you want. Okay, so here's an example. If you want to manifest a specific person or a partner, a romantic partner in your life, this is the best way to do it. Specify their external features in as much details as possible. Then specify their internal features, like their personality, their morals, things like that. If you have any pet peeves, make sure you mention that they do not have those. If you, like me, don't want somebody who snores, because you don't snore yourself. I don't want somebody who snores. It's just a pet peeve of mine, or chews with the mouth open, or whatever it may be. Make sure you specify that this person does not do that. Because if you don't, you leave that up to a coin toss. You may get it, you may not. Yeah, I don't know. Like, be intentional with it. Just make sure that you specify that it's something that you don't want, if there's something that you don't want. Or I'll do you one better. Just make sure you only focus on all the things that you do want. And this is the biggest secret. When you get this specific, you'll be able to discern the synchronicities when they appear. As in, you'll know what you're looking for when you see it, because that's exactly what you specified. You don't have to leave it up to interpretation and maybe I can work with this person. Maybe if I change them, maybe I can make them. You don't have to do any of that. This is exactly what you're looking for. This is exactly who you want. Let's get it started. Let's do it. But you also have to be patient. You have to be okay with being alone. Like, you can't be in a rush of hurry to get in a relationship because you don't want to be alone. Like, you can't have that emotion and that energy, because guess what you're putting out to the universe? That you're desperate. You don't want to do that. And the universe will always work in the path of least resistance. So once you get out of your own way and you allow what you want to come to you, then it will come to you fast. It's literally up to you how fast something happens to you. And one example that I love from one of my mentors, Abraham Hicks, is that synchronicities and your desires are always raining down on you every moment, every day, every second, nonstop, perpetually, just always raining on you. We have our umbrellas up. When you're not getting what you want, you simply have an umbrella up, and you're blocking your own blessings, you're blocking your own synchronicities from falling on you. When you get out of your own way, put your umbrella down, go downstream, let things flow to you. Situations, the opportunities, everything you want will be raining on you. Get out of your own way. We all have a tendency of doing that. If there are things that you want to manifest that you haven't, you simply are in your own way. Get out of your own way, put the umbrella down, and allow things to come to you the way that they're meant to come to you. And here's step number 3, arguably the most important step. They're all important, but this is arguably the most important step, and it's to take action. Whatever excites you the most in this moment, do it the best way that you can. And guess what? In the next moment, do the same thing. Repeat this every single moment. So it may change. It may be something right now that I want to do this right now. And just spontaneously, I just want to do this right now. And it doesn't even have to be nothing like skydiving. It doesn't have to be traveling to Europe, traveling to Hawaii. It doesn't have to be that. It can be simply, I feel like eating a leftover burger that I got downstairs, or whatever it may be. Like, I feel like wearing this necklace while I'm making this video. Whatever it may be, do it to the best of your capability. And if in the next moment it changes, do what it changed to. When you follow your excitement, you will be connected to more excitement. Everything is connected. Remember, the universe gives you more of what you're feeling. If you're feeling excitement, you're feeling joy, you're feeling fulfillment, the universe will connect you to another situation that feels excitement. Go to another situation that feels excitement. Another situation that feels excitement. And next thing you know, because your dream life is something that you know that you want to experience, and you know that you'll be excited for your dream life. Next thing you know, you're living your dream life within 3 months, because you're following your excitement, you're following your bliss. And one way to know that you're on track, and this is something that was big for me in the beginning stages of like manifestation, I wanted to know, like, am I doing it right? That was something that was big for me. There's no such thing as doing it wrong. I had to get that into my mind, but when you quote unquote do it right, you'll know that you're doing it right, because you'll be dreaming about your desire. You'll be thinking about your desire. Like, you'll be excited about it. Just, you know, day to day, you'll be whatever, brushing your teeth. You're just happy, excited, because you know you're brushing your teeth in Hawaii. That's what you'll feel like on the inside. You may not be in Hawaii yet, but you'll be feeling like you are, and that's what it's all about. You'll become obsessed with making your dream a reality. I remember when I was in college, this was my first experience of true obsession, in a positive way, of making a dream a reality for me. And this is when I first discovered entrepreneurship. This is a long story, but I'm gonna make it as short as possible. When I first discovered entrepreneurship, I was in college. It was sophomore year, I think, and it was January 20th, 2018. I remember the day because I knew when it happened. I clicked on a YouTube video and it showed an ad that basically introduced entrepreneurship to me, online entrepreneurship basically. And it was selling a course, and I bought the course. Ever since that moment, ever since that day, I literally remember the day because it was life-changing for me. I was obsessed with learning everything about entrepreneurship. I was just so passionate about learning something new every day. I would study for hours. That's when I first started waking up at 3:30 a.m. I still wake up at 3:30 now. I just like waking up early, but that was when I first started. Waking up at 3:30 a.m., reading books, buying courses, watching webinars, buying more stuff, just learning everything that I can about entrepreneurship. I was waking up at 3:30 a.m. so I can study entrepreneurship all day. I go to sleep at 7. I wake up at 3:30 a.m., go to sleep at 7 p.m., and repeat the cycle. And some people may argue that this was unhealthy because I was so engulfed in what I was doing. I was so passionate about what I was doing that I would forget to eat. I would forget to use the restroom. And I remember at the end of the day, it's approaching 7 o'clock, and I'm like, it's time for me to go to sleep. Oh man, I haven't even eaten today. I forgot. I hadn't even used the restroom. I gotta use the restroom. I forgot. I was that engulfed in what I was doing. Like I said, some people may argue that that's unhealthy. Do what works best for you. I'm not saying that I wanted to do that, but that was just a side effect. That's how I know how passionate I was about it, because I love to eat and I love to use the restroom. But I forgot to do it because I was just so focused on something else. And next thing you know, I learned everything that I wanted to learn. I have businesses now that I was in the process of thinking of and creating at that time, and things are just working nicely in that field, but it all happened after I was obsessed with it. And keep this in mind too, I know I'm a lifelong learner. I love to learn, but at that point I didn't know enough about entrepreneurship, and so I basically dedicated my life to it at that point. And I'm at the point now where I feel comfortable and confident in what I know about entrepreneurship, and I feel like I'm good now. I'm not obsessed with it like that anymore. I still love entrepreneurship, but I'm not obsessed with it because I know enough about it now that I feel good. But one thing that you can take away from my story is that when you are obsessed about making something a reality, or allowing something to be a reality, excuse my French, when you're obsessed about allowing something to be a reality, you'll be focused. You'll know you're obsessed with it because you'll be focused. You'll remove all distractions automatically. You won't be interested. If you find yourself just scrolling mindlessly on social media, you won't even have the desire to do that anymore. Unless you make yourself just do it because you used to do it all the time. You won't even feel the desire to do it because you have something else that's a higher priority for you, and you're gonna make sure that gets taken care of. And if I don't have time to scroll on social media mindlessly, then I won't do it. One other tip that is big for me, I'm a male, so I'm familiar with females as well. I have a sister and a mother, and they pride themselves on their ability to multitask. And I did a lot of thinking about multitasking and go back and forth on my perspective of it, but I still think it's best to concentrate and focus on one goal at a time to prevent from being overwhelmed, specifically in the beginning. When you're first trying to manifest something intentionally, focus on one thing at a time. Don't try to do everything at once because it can be overwhelming, because you get inspiration and ideas from all over the place. And that's something that, like I said, I have a different perspective of multitasking because I've never been good at multitasking because I've done a lot of research into it. And I've always told my sister and my mother that, a human can't multitask efficiently because you only have 100% of brain power. If you allocate that 100% to two different things, you have 50 and 50. You have four different things, that's 25, 25, 25, 25. So you don't have full 100% focus on one goal. You have, it's split up all over the place. It's better to have 100% focus on one thing at one time, is what I'm saying. It'll help make it a lot easier for you. Next step is to create a detailed plan of achieving your goal. Make sure that this is something that you feel inclined to do though, because me, I'm a planner. I'm really meticulous when it comes to setting goals and intentional things. I like to write down every aspect. I got Google Sheets, Google Docs, stuff that's filled to the brim with data because that's how I like to do it. If that's not something that you're inclined to do, then don't do it. Maybe just write it down, bullet points for you, whatever it may be for you, but just be intentional with setting this goal of manifesting your dream life within 3 months. And another big tip is to feel gratitude. Gratitude is like excitement, like I mentioned earlier. If you achieve your goal right now, if you accomplish and live your dream life right now, wouldn't you feel excited or feel grateful for your new life? So you want to make sure that you feel that right now, because that's what's going to super speed, mega thruster, Elon Musk, Tesla rocket, shoot your desires to you faster, because you already feel accomplished. You already feel grateful. You already feel excited. And that's what's going to make it a lot faster for you to manifest. Is it hard for you to feel grateful for something that hasn't happened yet? Okay, I understand that. Try feeling grateful for what you do have right now. If you were watching this video, you most likely are watching it on a phone or a TV or some kind of technological device. That's more than a lot of people can say. Like, a lot of people may not even have access to that. So that's one thing I can think of for you to feel grateful for right now. Wherever you may be in the world, you live in a world where you have technology to watch somebody on the other side of the world or like somewhere else. Like, that's something to feel grateful for. You woke up today, like, feel grateful for that. So you have a lot to feel grateful for right now to help you in the future. And last step, I mentioned this before, but I'll re-emphasize it again because it is very, very important, something that I struggled with for a long time, and it is letting go and trusting the process. Letting go doesn't mean giving up, and that's what I guess that's what I associated with for a long time, but like, it means getting out of your own way, letting go of the umbrella. Get out of your own way, trust the process. After defining and working towards your goals, let go of the attachment for them. Just accept that they are already accomplished and move on. Let's start setting another goal now. Let's move towards something else, because this goal that you just set first is already done. It's already accomplished. That's how you have to feel. All right, so here's a recap of all the steps and something to get you excited and encouraged and moving on and manifesting your dream life within the next 3 months, starting today. And step number 1 is to change your mindset to the person who's already accomplished what you desire. Number 2 is look at everything from an optimistic perspective. Number 3 is to use your negative emotions as a guide and don't judge them. Number 4 is to specifically define what you want in great detail. What does your dream life look like? What does it feel like? Where are you at? Step number 5 is to take action towards your greatest excitement in every moment. This moment, take action to your greatest excitement. Take action to your greatest excitement. Take action to your greatest excitement. Step number 6 is to practice more gratitude. I know there are things that you can feel grateful for, so feel grateful for them. It'll help you. And step number 7 is to start your journey today, right now in this moment, and trust the process. I believe that you can achieve what you can conceive. So if you're going to start taking action today to manifest your dream life today within the next 3 months, then subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on my process to accomplishing my dream life, because within the next 3 months, I will. And I'd love to inspire you while doing so. I'll keep you updated on my process, and I'd love to see you manifest your dreams as well. So feel free to share what your dream life looks like and your progress towards it in the comments below. And let's support each other on manifesting our dream lives. Let's raise the consciousness of humanity